Next up, the Wally Pip of the show, AJ Hoffman.
I'll go Chicago Bears under 7.5 wins.
Ooh.
And this team won 3 games last year.
So just to be clear, the under 7.5 is actually priced at plus 110. So it's actually like more towards 7.8. So you're getting even better value than under 7.5 flat.
Yeah. So this boils down to do you think Justin Fields and getting DJ Moore? I think that helps. I think getting some help on the offensive line is nice. But do you think Justin Fields really turns a corner and turns into like the next Lamar Jackson?
Well, first of all, it doesn't have to be the next Lamar. If he becomes, where do you think he would be 1-32 that you feel very good about this bet? Meaning, if he's the 16th best quarterback in the NFL, I don't like your bet here at all.
I feel great about my bet if he's the 16th best quarterback because he was about the 16th best per QBR last year. But when you've got the 16th best quarterback and you've got the 32nd defense,
but that's not what you have now.
Why?
They just spent a huge. They just took the Bills linebacker.
I mean, it's okay.
So
a middle linebacker is going to.
Was so great. Well, it's only one player at a time. Is how you get better.
Yeah, but you don't go from 32nd to average.
Well, first off, all right, what odds would you give me the Bears will be in the top 16 in the Football Outsiders defense?
3-1.
Make it 3.5.
No.
So your first price is so that means you offer me your very best price.
I just know that if I give you 3.5 to 1, it's a terrible price because you wouldn't offer it if it was a good price.
But if I bet the plus 300, would that mean you hated your bet immediately?
No.
Then it doesn't make sense. Make it plus 325.
Okay.
All right. We'll make it some fun. I'll bet you 100 to win 325.
Okay.
The reason I like it is defense has a lot of randomness to it, like year to year. So it's like if the correlation isn't great and this team improved by some degree, let's say their equilibrium is the 24th best defense, they have a better than 1 in 3.25 chance to be number 16. Wouldn't you say, Fez?
Sure, especially because last time I checked, they still play in the frozen tundra that is Chicago, so you might get some weather games that are going to make that defense shine, like the infamous San Francisco monsoon game that happened in September.
Though, sadly, Football Outsiders adjust for teams that are playing ball in domes, and they make it advantageous to the offense, so they depress the offense a little bit, which actually helps the defenses. So I guess that hurts me, but yeah, Football Outsiders. But okay, that's going to be more accurate. We'll do it. Who would you take in that bet? If you had to have you either lay 325 or plus 325.
Oh, I'll take the tail and the plus 325. Sure.
What about you, Scott? You have any feelings? It's a good price if you're not sure.
Yeah.
Mackenzie?
I think it's pretty random. So plus 330 on top 16, I'll take it.
325, but yes. All right.
The mere fact that Fields finished, the fact that Fields almost finished top 16 in quarterbacks, shows just the inherent variance of getting into the top half of the league is not. It's not a ridiculous hurdle.
Well, and if you look at QBR, if you look at passing QBR,
well, that's the thing.
He's 30th out of 31st. Only Baker Mayfield was worse than him just throwing last year. Running, teams tend to catch up with you.
Now that was great. He had a piece of information. He held it back to when it was contextually relevant. That's what you want to do with research right there. You don't want to read it like you're reading like a ransom letter. Like how you used to go that was good.
You've trained me.
It wasn't that good. It was like it was planned even.
You've trained me.
That was good.
Kept the bolt in the chamber.
Yeah. And then at the end you could say, by the way, if you don't get it out, you could say, that 16th was good, but most of it was running. You can just tack it on at the end because it's still good. But wait for it. I like Fez. He just smacked you down right there. I'm surprised he didn't put his gun in his holster and just blow on the, like that.
It's okay because I love the movie Ransom. So
it's hard to envision this team jumping from 3 wins to 8 wins because they got a new linebacker.
Well, that brings up another point. Mackenzie, pull up the fourth quarter win share because I lost a bet to Fez on this. Because I thought the number was the Bears had the third lowest last year, and everyone thought they were going to be the worst team. And I said, "There's a reason it's higher," and I was right. But I lost. They never won a game.
Well, they didn't want to win in games.
Yeah, but they weren't throwing it. I mean, see, that presupposes you making decisions.
They were evaluating talent.
You would only throw if you were looking for a quarterback, and they clearly weren't looking for a quarterback.
Well, listen, the fact they got number 1 and got that haul shows you that's not right.
That's true.
I mean, which again makes that Houston trade so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if they get the top 2 picks and say they want to keep Kyler. Or they can get something for Kyler's worth something. If Aaron Rodgers, after last year, was worth what he's worth, Kyler's worth at least that much. Because he's not as good as Aaron was last year, but he's so much younger.
Yeah.
And the contract, he actually is cheaper.
Yeah. But I think the injury stuff is worrisome.
It's not as bad as people think. All right, so listen, the Bears should have won 4.6 games based upon proprietary fourth quarter win share. So they don't have to go up that much.
Still have to go up over 3.5 games.
3.5.
They have to get 8 to go over 7.5.
8.
Yeah, he's 7.
It's 7.5 is the number.
That is high, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. Good bet.